It's probably the best use of my quadrant, really, in all honesty. It's my favorite use of it. And this all emerged because I would find myself sitting down with leadership teams and asking a bunch of questions. And over time, I started to fine-tune my questions a little bit. So this quadrant emerged, and it emerged because I started to notice that every organization, especially ours, churches and ministries, is in a state of change of at least one of these. And so all of you will be in visional change or transition, missional change or transition, structural change or transition, and cultural change or transition. Is there anyone that's not in one of those? And so I'm asking questions, and although I've done some more complex one-week strategic planning workshops, I started to see that if I could get people to draw this for their organization and make sense of it, that I could help them. I also noticed that it actually didn't matter where you started on here. You could be in cultural transition, and the reality is it probably will change everything else. What I observe has happened in recent years, and if you look at it this way, you can see this side, the what and the how, but this side is the more unseen side. What I noticed was that there were people who were going from, shall we say, traditional church environments to revival or renewal environments like Toronto, Pensacola, Lakeland, many other examples. And they were going and they were tasting and seeing what had previously been unseen. In other words, they were tapping into something that was bigger. And then they're coming back from the unseen and going, how do we change this? What do we do about it? So I developed this I'm trying to keep it simple quadrant. And there's a few things about it. It doesn't matter, number one, where you start. You could say to me, well, we've realized that we need to be much more about kingdom than church. So your mission's changed. We're more about kingdom now. Or we're more about the apostolic now. So your mission changes, so your what changes. So your what must always serve your why. I know there may be some in here and you're looking and going, isn't that the wrong way round? I've stuck with this because for me, you can see a vision, so that should be the what, because you can see it. And really the vision is something that you could give to someone else and they could build it. So that's why I've gone in that direction. There's one or two people who talk the other way around, but I have followed the great apostle Disney in this, and he's this way. So, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, and Disney Corp used to have a mission statement to make people happy. So if it's good enough for Disney, I figure it's good enough for me. So the vision is the what. You can see it. And the mission is more of the why or the purpose, but the what serves the mission. In other words, we go back to Disney. If Disney Corp's mission is to make people happy, then whatever they're building serves that. They've got Disneyland, Disney World, Euro Disney, Disney's cruise ships, Disney movies, etc. They could develop a Disney space station, which would be the happiest place not on earth. That is my trademark joke about Disney. But the truth is, it still serves the mission. It still fits that. Now, a what without a mission, and the mission should always stretch the what. You're always looking for a mission that's stretching it. The vision is serving the mission. If it doesn't have a mission to serve, it will actually just keep maintaining what's already happened. And actually, a why without a vision attached is just a good idea. It's just a bunch of nice words. So the vision serves the mission. The mission is more your why, more your purpose in the way I'm drawing it here. And the vision is a what. You can see it, you can build it. So those two go together. A mission without a vision is just a nice idea, and a vision that isn't stretched by a mission will pretty much maintain what's always been. And I've been to that church. You know, every year we made sure that one department didn't die. It was painful. It's like there is no purpose in that department staying alive, but you're keeping it alive. So, and then what we have here is we have the how, which is the structure. Now, sometimes, you know, it's structural change that starts. For some reason, something happens. My observation at the moment in a lot of places, a lot of transition of leaders, a lot of succession planning going on and such like. So sometimes it will be the structure. Sometimes structural change is forced. But the structure must always serve the what. If the structure doesn't serve the what, it will serve itself, which is called bureaucracy. And that's painful. My favorite illustration of that, which actually Chris Valentin stole in a book, but I think he gave me credit for it, is imagine that you build a house, and in order to build the house, you build the scaffolding. You've got the scaffolding built to build this beautiful house. The house is completed. For 25 years, you maintain the scaffolding, but you ignore the house. The scaffolding's perfect, but the house falls down. That's bureaucracy. It's maintaining the structures, and you know, they become pointless, and we're the experts in it, although I'm told the Egyptians invented bureaucracy, but I think we perfected it, the Brits, personally. So the how is serving the what. In other words, your organizational structure must serve the what, and your what is serving the why. And then your culture's really serving them all. But what typically happens is that whichever one of these is in the main transition, you will often find that targeting the culture in that direction is really helpful. For instance, if you're expanding your organizational structure, going from what the phrase I do love, the American phrase, the mum and pop organization, if you're moving from that to a more functional departmental leader model, you're going to need to focus on some particular cultures. And things like delegation, devolvement, empowerment, you're going to need to introduce some of those. You're going to need to make sure that sonship identity is really running well, because you're now devolving responsibility. You're empowering people to lead departments where you used to do everything yourself. You might be in a season where you are looking to develop the vision. It's a vision season where you're going to need to focus on some cultures around the prophetic, around revelation, because you need to know what heaven is saying about where you're going. So you can start to see that the culture will serve whatever primary season is going on. So you might add a couple of particular cultures for a season to emphasize. So this is how I just use this simple quadrant. And again, the vision serves the mission. Without a vision, that's just a good idea, bunch of words. But the vision without a mission will stagnate. It will just go into maintenance mode. And then your structure needs to serve your vision. And then the culture is really looking and going, okay, what culture do we need in this season? It could be, however, that you just recognize a culture that you think, we want that culture. So you might start there, and then you're starting to make sure that these are serving that culture for that season.